AT3 Tactical sent out an ARO Mini to the channel for review and torture tests, so let's get started. Go ahead and use my affiliate in the description down below. It's either a Linktree or a campsite. Click that, go to the AT3 Tactical website and get yourself one of these ARO Minis. Let's go ahead and do the unboxing real quick, show you guys how it comes. All right, so you guys get your owner's manual. We'll go over that a little bit later. You guys get several different thread pitches. Looks like 3 different styles of thread pitches. You get a little spacer, a lens cleaning cloth, some tools, and a 1632 battery. And last but not least, the optic itself. Let's get this bad boy open and show you what it looks like. So as I was loading the battery into this little ARO Mini, I found some features, went over some features in the owner's manual, and read my email that Jordan from AT3 Tactical sent me on this product. And man, guys, I gotta say, this thing is packed full of features. We will go over some of those. It is auto shutoff and auto brightness. You get to choose which one you want, whether you prefer the auto shutoff or the auto brightness. Very cool features. We'll go over those here in just a little bit. One of the other cool things that I found is that their screw pitches are labeled depending on what optic you're going to run. So if you're running a Springfield, or if you're running a Sig Sauer or a Glock or a Smith & Wesson, they give you the thread pitches right there. You don't have to guess. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. Really cool. I like that idea as well. The last thing I found is that shim is not just some shim. It is a 1 degree shim. So if you run out of adjustment on this little mini ARO, you can go ahead and you can use that shim to adjust it and give you guys a little bit more adjustment. Let's go over some of the specs and the features of the ARO Mini, and then I'll show you guys how to change between the auto shutoff and the auto brightness. The ARO Mini is a 3 MOA red dot sight. It is IPX7 waterproof, auto shutoff after 15 minutes, and it remembers the brightness setting you had it at to go right back to that brightness setting. It also sports, as I said earlier, the auto brightness. That changes with the ambient light. There's an RMS and RMSc footprint. It has 100 MOA of adjustment, 6 brightness settings. As I said earlier as well, it is a 1632 top-loading battery that gives you over 10,000 hours of battery life. The window on it is a 20.5 millimeter by 16 millimeter, and the housing is a 6061 T6 aluminum housing. We will be testing out the IPX7 water resistant on this little ARO Mini. We're going to heat it, we're going to freeze it, we're going to cool it. We are going to destroy this red dot sight by the end of this video, guys. All right, so we're going to go over the features of how to get this in and out of the auto shutoff and the auto brightness. Now, this is a very simple red dot sight. All you have is your power button right there, and that is how you adjust your up and your down and your brightness. It's very simple. You get to the top, it flashes. We'll go ahead and show you guys that right now. So now I got you guys to be able to get a good view of what that reticle looks like through the lens itself. If I push this power button one time, it's going to blink twice at us, telling us we have reached our top of our brightness settings. If I push it again, it goes down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if I push it again, it'll blink that 1 or that 2 times at us. There we go. Let's cycle back up through here because I want to show you guys. There is number 6, okay? So that's our brightness setting. Number 6, remember that. And kind of look how bright that is. Now, if I push and hold this power button right here for about 3 seconds, it's going to blink 3 times at me. We have just gone to auto brightness. This is going to change depending on our ambient light condition. So if we go into somewhere bright, it's going to get brighter. If we go into somewhere darker, it's going to dim down so it's not starbursting and blinding us when we look through it. Very cool feature. If you try to adjust your brightness, it's not going to happen because it's going to adjust off of the brightness of the light around us. If you push and hold that power button again, like you just saw, it's going to blink 3 times. Whoops, I pushed it and it went down too far. Whoops, here we go. Push and hold it 3 times. There we go. And we are back up to our brightness, our auto shutoff setting. That way we know. See how it blinks twice. Push it again, it goes away. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. So very cool feature. The way if you want to just shut it off, you can push and hold your power button for about 1.5 seconds. It's going to blink at you, and then it's going to go off. So all your functions are done right there through your little power button. Very cool. Like I said, top loading battery. Next thing I want to go over is your windage and elevation adjustment. As you guys can see right here on the screw, there's like a little dash mark. Now this does not have an auto like clicking or ticking. Tactile clicking is what we always call it, but it doesn't have that. It just glides, as you guys can see. So you guys can make your fine adjustments if you really want to get this pinpoint accurate. But each one of those little dashes is 1 MOA. You can go between those dashes or whatever you'd like to do. So that is one thing that, take it or leave it. Some people are going to hate that it doesn't have the tactile clicking. Some people aren't going to care, like me. So again, no tactile clicking, as you guys can see. Very cool. I like it, like that feature. All right, let's start the torture test. We'll start off with some water, some heating, some cooling. Then we'll bring it back out here, mount it to a firearm you guys choose on social media, and we will do the drop test. And you guys will we'll destroy this by the end of it. We'll do some beat downs. We'll do a drop test, and we will destroy this by the end of the video. Let's get into it. All right, so we are back. Here's the mini ARO. It is working. 5-gallon bucket of water. We're just going to drop it in there. See you in an hour. 1 hour later, well, let's take a look at this guy and see how he's doing. Still working. Onto the freezer. All right, the ARO Mini. Let's throw this bad boy in the freezer. And see you in 1 hour. 1 hour later. Let's check this bad boy out and see how it's doing. Still working. Onto the oven. All right. ARO Mini working. I'm gonna go ahead and hang it in the oven for 1 hour. See you in an hour. All right, we're just over 1 hour. Let's check this bad boy out. See how the ARO Mini is doing. Still working. Let's get this mounted to a firearm and get out to the range. All right, so the gun you guys voted on social medias to mount it onto is the Glock clone, the Glock 43X clone. So that's what we did. It is a Palmetto State Armory slide with an SCT frame and the Warrior Land flashlight. Now, I carry this gun the way it is. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and show that it is sighted in. I have a 50% silhouette target down there. Good enough. Gun's clear, as you can see, no mag in it. We're gonna go ahead and drop the chamber, drop the firing pin, and we're gonna go the Uncle Dan beat down. Oh, we broke the chicken. 3 rounds, same silhouette target. It's on. All right, so next up is the water bottle beat down. I don't have a water bottle, but this is good enough. We're gonna drop the gun, show that it is dry fired, emptied, and we're just gonna beat the living heck out of it. I've never had an optic not hold because of this, but it's always a first, right? Give that a few beat downs. We got 3 rounds. Same 50% silhouette target. Next up is just going to be a rack test. Gun's clear, nothing's in it. Drop it again. We're just going to rack this a few times. I'm going to rack it off my pants here. We'll rack it off the boot. We've got the light to turn on. Nothing. Let's rack it off this rock here. Now it did scratch it, not a big deal. So we'll rack it a few more times off of this. All right, let's see how that did. Remember guys, we're destroying this red dot sight by the end of this video. Holding. On to the drop test. So next what we're going to do is the rock drop. I'm going to show you guys the damage just so you guys can see what's already been done to it. It's just the front face right there. That car started with the rock, racking it off the rock. Not a big deal. As you guys know already, it's hold 0 on a 50% silhouette steel target down there at 15 yards. So we're going to do the drop test here. If anything changes, I'll show you. Beyond that, if the lens cracks, I'll bring it up and show you. If I lose the dot, I will show you. Let's see. I turn my dot up just a little bit just to be able to find it a little faster. But other than that, we're just going to start the drop test. First one we're going to do, like we always do, is from hip height, as if you're pulling it out of your holster and you dropped it, okay? So I'm just going to do it hip height, and let's see. Okay. Just hit the top a little bit. Didn't crack the lens. Everything's still good. All right, now we're going to do it between shoulder and hip height. Okay. We got a little bit of a deformation in the window, but that's about it. The dot may have shifted. Let's see. I'm going to put a few rounds through it. It looks like the dot has shifted to me. Let's just confirm. No, it has not. It's just me. All right, and last and final one we're going to do from shoulder height or a little higher. That was a good smackaroo, and we did shatter it finally. But I can see the dot. I will show you guys what this looks like before we go shooting it.
We got ourselves a broken arrow.
A broken what?
Broken arrow. It's a class 4 strategic theater emergency.
There it is. As I said, you can see a dot. What we had originally was a little bit of a deformation up here. It didn't crack the window, didn't do anything. It just looked like a little circle starting up here. That's why I thought maybe it had shifted, but it didn't. So this is what we got. We're going to go ahead, throw some rounds down range. I got 3 left. Let's see if this held 0. I don't think so. It's a little hard to see that dot on any part of the screen, and I kind of have a ghost effect look on all of my dots. Again, I'll show you guys kind of what I'm looking at. There's what I got going on, how it's kind of just refracting the light all over. I can't really make it out to see a dot. We're going to do 4 rounds, and we're going to make this even better. We're going to do the 6-inch silhouette target down there. Yeah, it would definitely be a hard one to justify saying that would hold up or not. That's kind of a bummer. So let's go over the drops real quick of where we hit. First one we hit right here. Next one we hit right here, and it looked like the whole thing just kind of shifted. And the last one we hit was clear back here on the very end. And that was the one that finished it off and shattered it. So we kind of hit all along this edge here. I was trying to get some around the whole optic, but didn't. The lens is still in there pretty good and tight. I'm not feeling anything changing. So, is this a pass or a fail? Well, I can still make out my iron sights through it. ARO Mini from AT3 Tactical. Now, I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of have mixed feelings on it. I've had other cheaper red dot sights shatter worse than this and hold. We've had other ones that have cracked and held 0. So like I said, I don't know. It's kind of a bummer. But this kind of drives a point home of you need to have iron sights. 2 is 1, 1 is none. As long as you can still see through that glass, which I can see through that glass, I could make a shot if I needed to. I wouldn't make a long distance shot with it. It would be more of an up close, more of a self-defense shot if I needed to, more closer to a point and shoot type situation, just to justify or verify where that round is hitting at, because I'd be using my iron sights. Not saying iron sights are a point and shoot type thing. So again, it goes back to having iron sights. You know, if you have iron sights, I would feel great about making that shot. Do I trust where that round's going to go? I'm not going to make a long distance shot with this. If I'm at distance or something like that, I'm either going to close the distance, or I'm going to disengage and get away further away from the situation as I can. Now, if this was an up close situation, 10, 15 feet, yeah, it would just be more of a point and shoot. 10 yards, yeah, probably 15 yards. If there's nothing around that I worry about damaging, I might take that shot. Goes back to, like I said earlier, 2 is 1, 1 is none. You do need to have backup iron sights. AT3 Tactical, sorry to have damaged this and give you guys kind of a bad review. I know you guys don't mind it. You guys always feed off of the reviews, whether they're good or bad. They would warranty this. The problem, like I said earlier, would be that you would be in the middle of needing to maybe protect yourself. AT3 Tactical, bummed this didn't hold up any better. Now, if you've stuck around for this video this long, I got a little special thing for you. We normally don't do this on the channel, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this off, and this is the way I wanted to finish this red dot sight off. We're going to do this right now. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of how we destroyed the ARO Mini. If some of you guys want to start seeing me do on the channel, leave a comment in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Would you like to see that? If you like video content like this, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on my own YouTube channel. So I can't tell you what's wrong with you and why you're not subscribed. So subscribe right now. That way I don't have to diagnose you with some kind of mental illness. Follow me on social medias. Thanks for shooting the breeze with me, guys. We'll see you next time.